Good evening. My name is Tasha. And I was looking forward to speaking with you this evening, but I see that you guys haven't joined yet. So I wanted to at least, since I took this time out, try to go through the options that I did find for you so that you can at least view that later. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Share. All right, great. Okay, um, so I know you said you wanted to do um the Disney cruise. So I looked at Disney options for the month of June as you requested, and I know you said you wanted to do something longer, um, 5 to 7 plus nights. So, of course, Disney is one of the more expensive cruise lines. So, you let me know that your budget was 3 to 5 thousand total. So, here's what we're looking at. Looks like we have two options. It's a 5 night Western Caribbean out of Fort Lauderdale. This one goes to Mexico and Disney's location, Castaway Cay. And then we also have this one here, a 5 night out of Port Canaveral. I know that was your preferred port. Um, this one goes to the Bahamas as well as two different private locations that Disney has, Lighthouse Point as well as Castaway Cay. So, pricing wise, we're looking at for Ocean View room, I believe that's what you had mentioned you were looking for. That's going to put you at just under 4,700 for your cruise. This would be for the Bahama cruise, and this is on the Fantasy ship. This cruise here, very close in cost. It would be 46.52 for the Ocean View room, and this is on the Destiny. So, um, I'm not sure if you guys had a preference in like location where you were going to see, or if you were just looking to get away. I know for myself, I love to cruise just to cruise. I'm not necessarily interested in the locations that I'm going to. Like I've been to the Bahamas many times just because I'm cruising to relax. So if that's you, you're just looking to have a good time and relax, and you're not really all that concerned with the locations. Um, I would go with the Destiny ship. I know that's out of Fort Lauderdale, and you prefer Port Canaveral, but the Destiny is a newer ship. So you might enjoy that one a little more. Just for instance, this is the Fantasy. And if you look at just the adult spaces, um, it's kind of what you typically see on your cruise lines. Um, got a couple dining spots. You got the spa, um, fitness centers, um, and staterooms. So this is what the Ocean View staterooms will. Oh, great. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, awesome, awesome. So this is what the Ocean View, and this is actually a little misleading because the actual Ocean View um, does not have this separation that is showing right there. I don't know why they are showing that like that. It actually, the ocean view looks like this with a porthole. So that's what the ocean view rooms look like on that ship versus the newer ship, the Destiny. So here you see your adult spaces, um, just, a little newer, a little more upscale. Um, I love this haunted mansion parlor that they have. That's a nice feature. That's not available on the other ship. Um, so just something to think about, whether you want the newer ship versus the other ship. Another thing I would consider is the, let's see, the fantasy ship coming out of that's going to visit the Bahamas. They have three ports. So 3 days at port. So port days are great days to enjoy the ship with a lot less crowds. So if you're looking to fall back and enjoy some time on the ship, um, The fantasy itinerary would give you an extra port day to have more time to yourself with less crowds on the ship. The other one only has 2 days at port, so you would have more days at sea. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? Um, Deposit would be 442. Balance would be due by 321. Gratuities are not included, but they can be added on later or paid once you get on the ship. Those would be a total of $160. Um, what else? I think that was the main things for the Disney ship. Now, I had asked about airport and I never got a real clear answer on that. I know you said you live in Greenville, but it's a bunch of Greenvilles. I don't know. You said Eastern Standard Time, so I'm assuming maybe South Carolina or North Carolina. I'm not sure which one. So I couldn't really pull flights. With the cruise lines, they do offer an option to add on flights, but honestly, it's typically much more expensive to add on those flights through the cruise line. I would recommend just doing it separately. I can take care of those arrangements for you, but typically you save some money booking those yourself. Um, I just went off of um, Greenville, South Carolina. So if you're out of Greenville, South Carolina, um, I was looking at flights, and this was for the 18th through the 24th. That was the Fantasy, the Bahamas one. When that was the one out of Port Canaveral. That's the one I looked up flights for because I know you said that's what you were. That was your favorite port. So for those dates, it looks like a lot of the flights were getting you in a little too late for the trip. Now you do have this Delta flight, but you see that you're looking at $1,000 for the two of you. So flights are really kind of expensive. So you see here, these were the flight prices that I'm seeing for going from Greenville. Now I have the 18th up here because you see the late times for a lot of them, unless you're willing to pay a little more for your flight and get in on this early flight here. But I just didn't see a lot of um, morning flights. This one could work, but when you're flying in the day of, you just run the risk of something happening and you missing your ship, missing boarding time on your cruise. And I really don't recommend folks doing that. I typically recommend coming in a day in advance. So if that's an option for you guys to fly in the night before, that's what I would highly recommend just because of what the flights are looking like for you guys. Now, if you're out of North Carolina or something, it may be different, but I didn't want to waste a bunch of time um, looking at potential flights if this wasn't where you're from. Um, I did check out Fort Lauderdale flights though, and again, I did the 18th because of the flight times. Allegiant is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but they're a budget airline carrier. They're comparable to like a Spirit or Frontier, but they did have some nice prices for Fort Lauderdale. So if you wanted to go with the newer ship and take advantage of these flights here, that would be an option for you. So I wanted to show you that. Did I? Because I think I was looking at. So I actually went in here and I was trying to price the flights out, but it was kind of the site was lagging. But what you'll see is you saw that price over here. What I had 182, right? It's the cost for two round trip flights. Okay, that price is for two. So when I came over here, gosh, if this don't move out of my way. Oh, there we go. Great. So when I came over here, you can do a basic bundle, which is $56 per person. Um, so if you add that on, um, that gives you the personal item plus a carry-on, and it gives you seat selection in the main category as well. So their bundles aren't too expensive, especially with $100 round trip flight. So that would take you to what 150 per, well, what basically 200 per person with the bundle add-on. Okay, so that is Disney. That is what you asked me for. Now, Um, I know in my email I mentioned something about, are you sold on Disney? Is that definitely what you wanted to do? I know a lot of folks love Disney, but when you mentioned a couple looking for some time for yourselves, I got to do my due diligence and at least pitch Virgin Voyages to you. Um, I absolutely love Virgin Voyages. They are my go-to cruise line now, unless I'm doing a family type of cruise. They are adults only. I'm a big foodie. If you enjoy good food, um, Virgin Voyages is just it. It's no buffets. All of the specialty restaurants are included. Um, the galley is their version of like a buffet, but it's really kind of like a order, a cook to order kind of service where you got a bunch of different little spots together where you that you can order from. So a definite elevated dining experience on Virgin Voyages. Plus, it's no kids. Um, you also get your basic beverages included, cold juices, uh, coffee, tea, soft drinks. Those are all included in their costs, their initial cost. So if that is something you would be open to and you're willing to go out of Miami, um, they did have um doesn't look like, is this one here? They did have uh a cruise that is going, what is it, 622 through 627. I think this one is it. Let's see. Yes. All right. And this one is going to Mexico and Bimini Beach Club. That's Virgin Voyages private beach club in the Bahamas area. So I have this option for you, and they are actually running a special right now. So the prices are a lot better than what they typically would be. So right now, you can get an ocean view room with them. If I go back, it's probably going to time out because I pulled this up earlier, but I looked at the prices. So an ocean view is going to be between 2112 and 2650, depending on what level. So they have like a basic, mid range, and top, as far as what you want to do, what option you want to go with. And pretty much basic is going to be non-refundable. You're going to get the basic Wi-Fi package with that for one device. I think that's the big difference on that. When the mid package, you get an upgraded Wi-Fi package. It's not non-refundable. You're entitled to a credit with that one. And the top package, you get the top Wi-Fi package for at least two devices. For, yeah, for at least two devices, and you also get $150 bar tab. So that's the difference in the level. So when I said that 2112 to 2650, that's the range depending on the level. And that's the total cost for that cabin. So that would be Ocean View. And I know you said your budget was 3 to 5, so you could actually upgrade to a balcony cabin, which I do not like to cruise without a balcony. Once I finally got a balcony, I just could not go back to not having a balcony. And on Virgin, they have hammocks on their balcony. So it's just it's a wonderful thing. You can see it right there in this picture here. So if that's something you're open to, let me know. I can book that one for you as well. We can do cruise transfers that would be added to your cruise. Uh, the Disney cruise, those are $90 round trip per person. Um, Disney also offers their protection plan. That's 177 per person, and that also comes with cancel for any reason protection. Um, Other than that, I think I've kind of covered all of the high points that I wanted to hit for you guys. So, um, if you have any other questions, let me know, and I can go ahead and get whatever one you decide you're most interested in booked for you as soon as possible. Remember, prices change until you actually put a deposit down. Nothing is locked in, so I would recommend locking something in as soon as possible, given that you want to do summertime travel. All right. So just reach back out to me when you're ready. And I look forward to booking your trip for you. You have a great evening.